So we're in Olympic Village where the 1988 Seoul Olympics were, and as you can look up and see all the flags from all the different nations. This is the walkway with representing all the different countries. It's pretty impressive and amazing to see, especially when the wind is blowing. So we're standing in front of this tree in this field, and apparently it's a really special tree. All these people are taking photo shoots in front of it, and there's so many different couples and people, but as you can see, here's a picture of the tree. We have no idea why the tree is special. No one could explain it to us. No one speaks English. This is all in Korean. But you know what? Do what the natives do. We too took pictures in front of the tree because apparently it's an awesome tree. So we found this beautiful garden here in Seoul, and there's so many different types of plants and different green vegetables growing, as you can see. And what I love about this garden is that they actually have some of the translations in English, so I can learn and see about the different plants. One of my favorite things about eating here and getting the banchan, which is their little side dishes that come, which change every time you go in the restaurant. They're always different depending on what they get at the market, is that I'm experiencing all these different greens and all these different vegetables, all these new flavors. A lot of them are very bitter, which I'm very interested in. Some of them are, I know for a fact, chrysanthemum leaves. That much I was able to translate with one person in a restaurant, which I was able to see over there. But so many different types of vegetables, which are very new to me and exciting, and I just feel like all these different flavors. I feel really inspired to use more bitter flavors and just to use different cooking techniques and different things I've learned here. It's very inspiring. So today we are on Mount Bukhasan. This is the Seoul City Wall. So you can actually hike along the old city wall of Seoul, and now Seoul is much, much larger, but you can get a sense of the old wall and the old gates that used to make up the ancient city during the Joseon dynasty. And if I sound a little bit less energetic, it's because we've been hiking for a couple hours. I'm a little bit teetered out. We were just going through the mountain. It's so beautiful. There's a beautiful forest here. And what I love about this mountain, when I've been talking to some of the people and the tea purveyors, they talk about all the plants and the sacred, just the sacred element of the mountain. And down there we saw some women foraging plants. They were actually gathering some of the plants from this mountain, which I thought was really cool. It has a beautiful view. If you can look out here, you can see all around here, and some of the major palaces are down there. And it's just beautiful. And look at this beautiful forest right in the city itself.
여러분, 지금 보고 계신 장면은
We're in the main boulevard. This walkway has been here for thousands of years, and it leads up to the big palace, the main palace, biggest palace here in Seoul. And they're just doing the changing of the guard ceremony now. There's the statue of the king and one of the big admiral generals, and it's this amazing walk to take because it's so historical, and people have been walking this way towards the palace for thousands of years, literally.
임명의식의 예행 연습입니다. 여러분의 양해 바랍니다.
So we're in the square in front of the big palace here in Seoul, and I'm standing right in front of the statue of King Sejong the Great, who is renowned not only for being an amazing king, but for also creating the current and very scientifically created Korean way of speaking and alphabet. So I'm here with NBL, who is my new friend from my hotel. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
It's my pleasure.
I just had such a great time talking with you and some of the other women here. And you know, in America, a lot of us hear about China, we hear about Japan, but not so much Korea. So is there anything that you would want people to know about Korean culture, or just how it's different, or anything at all?
I think like Korea is really like mannered country, so we respect older people. So we use different language toward elder people. Like we use the words are totally different towards friends and toward older people.
A lot of respect.
Right.
And very polite. I
And
noticed
delicate. Right.
Yes, and very clean. I noticed
really?
everything is so clean. The city is very clean. So let's talk about food. We talked about food a lot here. There is a lot of meat eating, but it's small portions. I don't, I see people eating a little bit. People also have the banchan. They have the little portions of vegetables.
She knows a lot of things.
No. So tell me about. Do people like vegetables here? Do they eat a lot of raw vegetables? Is salads part of the culture? Raw?
Actually, like Korean traditional culture, we eat a lot of vegetables, and there are a lot of recipes to cook them. And also, like in food, we have a lot of stories. Like,
Stories?
Yes, and we thought about the harmonies of food.
The elements.
Right.
I love that. It's in the architecture as well.
Right, right.
And you know you like vegetables.
Yeah, I do. And I love meat too.
Yes, you like me too. But at least the vegetables are very much present in here. So thank you so much, Ambiel, for being with us. It's great to share everything about this beautiful country and this beautiful culture and the history and the past. And there's so much vibrant energy here.
I hope Americans know about Korea more and more.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
This is our favorite restaurant. We've eaten here 5 times. Go! All the mommies. It's like eating with your mom or your grandmother because it's always a home-cooked meal and it's the best food ever. So we're in Gangnam on a Friday evening. As you can see, it's absolutely crazy. Of all the 10 million people in Seoul, I think most of them are here right now. But even with the huge crowds, it's still really clean and people aren't jostling you or bumping into you, so still manageable. So we're walking in the Busan area of Seoul, which is one of our favorite parts of Seoul. We've been here so many times, and every time we come, there's new alleys and new streets to explore and find. So let's go for a little walk. We're biking along the Han River, and this bike trail goes on for miles in each direction. As you can see, there's this park area. A lot of Koreans get super crowded on the weekends, and there's some boats out there. There's some artwork. It's just a really vibrant, amazing part of the city. I have to say I'm really impressed. We just biked down there, and I think there's about 15 bridges that connect over there. You can see that's the part of Seoul, and now we're on this little island area of Seoul called Yoro. And we just biked underneath some of the bridges. And there's actually exercise equipment under there and basketball courts, and just like the rest of Seoul, it's really clean. There's a lot of young people hanging out. So this is just a really great, fun thing for them to have for the people of Seoul. It's so much fun to bike here and just watch all the people and see the life and be next to the river. Korean style.